Today I'm going to show you how to put together a 4-foot long, 12-foot wide, 16-inch tall block mold for doing like a retaining wall or something. As far as the bottom, it's 1-inch thick plywood with a 1-inch thick tongue that sticks up, 4 inches wide on a 45-degree angle. If you try to go straight, then the concrete will lock up on it to where if you go at an angle, it will go smooth as far as pulling the concrete off the form. I put the pipes that are going to be going upright in order to lock all the blocks together at 16 inches from center to center, and that's 8 inches from the edge on each side. And the main reason why that is that way you could stagger your blocks 16 inches off, still have a 16 on center structure that makes it sound when you fill it full of concrete and rebar. So the first thing that I do is, oops, wrong form. Is grab one side form, figure out the bottom, and slide it right onto the 3 bolts down the side. And I did initially start out with 1 bolt in the center, and oops, I think I had the wrong board. Hold on, I did have the right board first. All right. So at first I had 1 bolt in the center, and I found out that the 2 sides would turn around and start sliding down once the concrete gets filled in the form, and then you get leaks, and well, we just can't have that. So once you get that on there, you just slap the nuts and washers on it, and you don't tighten them up just yet because you want to get the form all the way together before you start tightening things, just as if you were working on an automobile or something. You try to put everything together and then you tighten it up in a sequence that works best for you. As far as the center pipes are 4-inch in diameter irrigation tubing. You get it at Home Depot or wherever, and you have to come up 9.5 inches, mark it, and drill a 3-inch hole on each side, and that's what you're going to do on 3 pipes. Then you'll put 1 end on, which will be this one down here first, and you run your bolt through, preferably with the washer. Run your bolt through, and these bolts are too short. As you can see, there's 4 holes, 2 on the bottom, 2 on the top, that will end up threading through to the holes on the side form that have inserts to take the thread. Just screw these in. And you move on to the next side, which on this one I took and had to put the center board on and drill out a hole. This is going to help stabilize the pipe that's going horizontal, and you have to notch out down here in order to make it fit around the plate on the bottom. Now with this side put together, we can go ahead and tighten everything up on this one side. Just snug. Don't have to torque it. Down your bottom ones. So at this point, what I had to get is a 2.5 inch electrical conduit, and I believe this is schedule 40. Yep, schedule 40. In order to fit the 3 inch that we need for the concrete. And you start by sliding it through the one side. And you just work your way through. The other side. Over here to this part at the end. And you just kind of give it a jolt in there. So once all that's done, you got your interior sections for your pipes to leave the holes, and that way when you go to put everything together, you can fill the holes with rebar and concrete in order to make a more stable and solid wall, retaining wall, house wall, whatever. And then you just got to come over and put this last side on. finger. Yeah, put your washers on. Oops. There. And you're missing nuts, but that's okay. Then you just put your side bolt in and start screwing it in. Your other side bolt. And this is where it gets a little tricky. And sometimes they line up, sometimes they don't. Snug it up. Snug it up. I'm missing one more sure there it is. And find your insert, slap it together. That's everything. Oh, and then you just tighten these last couple up down here. So, now with all that being said, you got your pipes all in, locked up. None of them can come out, can go in, move, or anything. As far as the lid, you can see that instead of having the center bumping out, it goes in and you add pieces on each side that would come out to where you have the right amount of gap for the bottom bar to fit in order to make it to where the top will always fit on the bottom, or the bottom will always fit on the top of your next piece. And then with those, you pretty much just slide it down, and it's always the last pipe for me. It has to be a little bit of a pain, not much. I mean, as you can see, and with mine, for some reason the pipes are always shifted a little bit off to one side, but being that I built the lid to make sure that it pushes them center, it locks them in the center, and then you can pretty much just slide it down on there, which with lubricant it actually normally goes all the way down, and then I made it to where it stops to where the actual concrete on the inside is 16 inches tall all the time. So as long as you have something that stops it at the exact same point every time, then you should be good. And as a side note, once you put everything together, you want to paint one side of your frame, because you'll never be able to put the right board on the left side and the left board on the right side. So it's just easier if it's painted. That way you just follow your paint, and that'll tell you where each board goes, and you don't have to worry about messing up like I did on the first couple of tries. So that's it as far as my concrete form. Hopefully this helps out everybody on their questions and everything. Thank you and have a nice day.